So, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to round number 8. Now I was playing against one of the top guys, Grandmaster Gupta, with a rating of 2600, and I had the white pieces, and the game started with the Sicilian defense. He's trying to play probably the Najdorf, but I played this anti-Najdorf line with bishop b5. He played knight d7, I played a4, gaining some space, preventing a6, b5, and so on. He attacked my pawn, I defended, g6, and I grabbed some space with a5. Now he played bishop g7, I castled, he attacked my bishop, I went back, and he played b5. Actually, black needs to gain some space at the queen side because, yeah, where else should he play? I had a recent game also where my opponent castled and after d3 tried to target the a5 pawn, but there are some issues because I can play e5 here, opening the center under some very good circumstances. So what he did was, yeah, better. He played bishop b7, hitting my pawn, d3, and a5. It's also very clever what he does with this pawn. He's not capturing it yet because my plan kind of should depend on how he recaptures. If he takes with the queen, I can kind of bring my knight to c4 with gain of time. And if he takes with the knight, this plan makes no sense. So he is not showing his intentions yet, gaining some space on the queen side. And yeah, I needed to come up with something. And I had two things in mind. Either I can try to organize my queen to the king side for some attacking purposes, but somehow this felt a bit clumsy, and I decided not to go for it. But instead I tried to bring my knight here. So I force him to take now because otherwise I hit this pawn. And of course he took with the knight. But my plan was just to get some more center, and I can reroute my pieces like this. In general, I have this attacking setup. I will bring the queen here, f5, bishop h6, knight g5, and checkmate him. But it's of course not that easy. So let's see what happened. He castled, queen e1, a4, knight f3, knight to d7. And now it was time for me to play f5. Why not? I didn't like to start with queen h4 here because it would leave this knight undefended and maybe a4. a3 might become an option already. So I started with the move which is most flexible, and this transformation doesn't bother me. It's in general good for me if this g file is open, and his king is very weak now. So he didn't take but played e6. I took and I played bishop g5, hitting his queen. He went to b8 because he didn't like that it's attackable. Okay, that's all fine. And now is the first question, and if you want to challenge yourself again, try to take your time and come up with a decision how you would play. And we continue with discussing some alternatives. So in the game I was considering this move because it's just part of the plan and it's so natural. But I kind of disliked that he has this option of a3. And my knight is not stable. I calculated to go here anyway. Take, 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 and coming here. But somehow I couldn't believe that it's a try for an advantage, but it actually is. White is a bit better here because black cannot hold on to the pawn. And he has a lot of weaknesses. This is weak, this is weak, the king is weak. But somehow I didn't trust this line because I thought maybe I'm missing some tricks and I'm a pawn down. After all, I might not be able to take here immediately because queen a1 check. But probably it's all fine. Maybe, yeah, what's the move here? Maybe just queen e1. or queen e7, of course. Maybe he can try this one. But maybe here I just retreat and I will gain a pawn. But still, as I see it now, it's not that easy. Yeah? Maybe I can also go here. Yeah, maybe this looks good. Yeah, because after this I have a check and take, and I'm very much comfortable, I think. Also, it's worth checking the option of queen e7, but I think it might be risky because this pawn will stay alive. However, not that clear to me. I mean, he's not having a threat here. Maybe knight a4 is a threat. Okay. Quite messy, hard to evaluate. So let's have some help to check it, because I have not checked it before. Yeah, white is actually winning here. Okay, here after queen d6 there are some ways to keep the balance, but it's very narrow for black to keep the balance. And here, okay, knight g5 is just winning. So he cannot play queen a7, and so he needs to give up the pawn immediately. And white is better. However, I didn't go for it. And instead I played probably a bad move, which was knight to d1. Kind of, I didn't like to care about this a3 move, so yeah, I just removed the knight, and after a3 I can always take with the rook. However, this was not recommended. This knight is very stupid here now, and I should rather have calculated the variation properly. Okay, but still not a nightmare. It's around equal, I would say here. Black played d5, I played queen a4, he came here, and I played queen e7. He took, I took. And now I thought, okay, he might go here with the rook. I go back, then he takes, and so on. And probably I'm still keeping things together. It's around equal, but my advantage is probably not there. But he started with this move, and this gave me a chance. And if you want to challenge yourself again, try to find this chance. How can white get a huge advantage? In the game I was not aware that it's a huge advantage. I was just thinking it's very interesting and it's not easy to evaluate, and I thought I had my chances there. So take your time, see your options, and we will discuss the solution. So I could of course take here, and it's a transposition to rook f4 lines, but I became a bit excited about this capture. And at first I thought it doesn't work at all, because he has this intermediate check and then takes my bishop. And here I'm just lost, because this is mate and my bishop is hanging. But in this case I have another option, knight f2. And now he needs to take this bishop, because otherwise I will just take on e4. And I'm just a clear exchange up. And I can remove my bishop. He can take another pawn. Of course, this is not forced. We could discuss some more options here, but we won't at this point, because there will be enough moments which are very interesting after that. Played rook e1, and now here's this very powerful pawn, those two great bishops, but I also have my assets, which is being exchanged up. His king is also not entirely safe, and maybe I'm just able to kick this bishop, and sometimes I'm also able to create threats with the queen. And now it became very tactical, and yeah, he was lost at some point, but he defended very resourceful, and yeah, he tricked me in the end with something, very, very original, but yeah, I had my chance from here. So let's see what happened. He played knight d7, which has an obvious threat, going here and going here. And white has several ways to draw, but also one way to go for more. And I played queen e7, which was best. Now I prevent this knight e5 because it's mate. And if he goes here or there with the queen, I always have rook e6 with some big advantage, probably winning. In the game I was not that optimistic, but yeah, my opponent, he judged it much better than me, and he thought those were winning, and he was right. So he tried this bishop d5. Okay, First question you should answer now is, why is not this knight here hanging? So take your time, think about it. Why is the knight not hanging? And we will continue with the solution. And it's just a one move tactic. The queen is trapped. There's nothing here. I can take the rook, but it's two rooks for the queen and my king is horrible. I'm 2 pawns down or something. It feels very bad and it's just lost. Okay, so I didn't go for this, but instead I played c3. I also considered rook e6, but it was not so clear to me. If takes, let's see. I was not sure if he takes. Yeah, it's not entirely clear to me here. How is this variation? Is it good or isn't it good? Very, very complicated. You can investigate it on your own, but we will stick to the main line with c3. Now, according to the computer, black needs to play a crazy line, which I thought is impossible. And we did not even consider it really after the game. Black should play like this, but I thought it doesn't work. I'm a whole rook up, but black has many pawns, and this is not entirely clear according to the computer. I cannot activate my rooks easily, and those 2 pawns, they are just very strong. And it's incredible that the computer is not saying it's entirely winning for white, but just gives a huge advantage. For white, of course, but okay, it's messy. We didn't expect this, but he came up with another idea, which I missed, and therefore, yeah, I kind of panicked a little bit. I was just expecting this one. He's forcing me to take and then trying to trap my queen, but I had my response prepared, bishop f4, and white is winning. This queen will be distracted, and if it moves, I will go here. And if he takes my queen, I take his. If he takes my bishop, I take his rook. And over. But he, of course, didn't fall for this. But he played this. And this idea is go knight e5. And here I missed my big chance, which was rook e6. I kind of blundered that after this I have this check. Winning. And yeah, he of course didn't plan this because he saw rook, queen e8. He planned this. Also here white is winning, but just with one move. And this move is rook b6. Quite difficult, I would say, to see this from far advanced. And yeah, he cannot take because of mate. And if he takes my rook, I take his queen. So that would have been it. But this would also have been a draw if you just don't see the last move. So rook e6 was the chance, but instead I kind of panicked. I calculated only like this, and I thought, do I have some chance if I give up the queen? But my answer was no, not really, because if I take here, he has this intermediate check, which is bad for me. And yeah, what else did I consider? If I took here, I thought he just has too much material, and I think it's not working that I can create a fortress here. He has just too many pawns to have some pawn breaks or too many targets. I have too weak king, and this was correctly judged. However, I mean, the only solution was rook e6, and I didn't find it, or I didn't calculate it correctly. I went back here, and now I lost quite quickly. The knight e5, I gave the exchange because I had to. Knight f3 must be prevented. And now I thought, okay, knight g4, and it's not so clear. And it would be indeed not that clear if he just needed to move the bishop somewhere, but he found a very strong move. And yeah, it was quite impressive to me how strong he played from here. But okay, that shows his level, yeah. He played a3, and I cannot even take here because he has this, and the b pawn is too strong. So basically I'm dead lost here. I decided to take, but he took here. I attacked the bishop, but again he found a tactical solution. I cannot take the bishop. He activated the rook. I cannot move anything basically. After knight e3 here I resigned. because I will be pinned like forever. He will create some mating threats against h2. I have no activity, no threats, and yeah, sadly it is already lost. So that was the game. A great chance, but finally some bad calculation threw it away. And yeah, however, the positive thing to see is I got a very good position against a very good player from a normal opening. So it was not just something he ran into, but it was just a normal game. So yeah, that was it. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please give a like and subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.